We are back answering your stimulus and tax-related questions with Mark Hensley from AARP North Carolina Triad Region, Kevin Robinson from Robinson Tax and Accounting, and Scott Braddock with Scott Braddock Financial. All right, this first question, Kevin, says we did not receive the December 2020 $600 stimulus check until January of 2021. So do we report it on our 2020 taxes or our 2021 taxes?
Well, certainly a valid question, Tanya, but actually it does go on the 2020 taxes. I know, as Mark has shared in previous broadcasts, that basically the stimulus payment, the latest one, had to be out by January the 15th. And some people were still getting them or they're in the mail to them. So it does go on the 2020 tax return, and it does get reconciled in recovery rebate credit as stimulus payment number 2.
All right, and this is a very common question, Mark. Is stimulus money taxable income?
So to be very clear, the stimulus is actually a recovery rebate credit on your 2020 taxes. Rather than a credit taken when you file your taxes, the government's going ahead and giving it to you in the form of a cash stimulus. The idea is to stimulate the economy, to help people fill gaps if they've been unemployed. And so the funding is not taxable. It is truly to stimulate the economy and can be used any way that you would like, and it is not taxable income reported when you file your taxes.
All right, well, speaking of unemployment, this person is asking, if I had taxes taken out of my unemployment benefits, should I expect to owe any more? Is what they already took out enough? Kevin?
I guess that's a good question, because that unemployment income gets factored in with all the other income on their return. So it would depend on what's on their return, how much income. You would hope that if they took enough out, say 10% federal and 5% state, that would, cover the basis. But again, a lot of people, unemployment was their main source of income last year. So as long as they had a healthy amount out that would sort of hopefully match what tax bracket they would be in, then hopefully they paid enough in. But again, it would depend on their overall income on the return and what bracket they would fall in.
But it's already a good start if you had some taxes withheld, so you're already in a better position. All right, Scott, this person is asking, when are we getting that $1,400 stimulus check?
Well, what I'm hearing is, before the first day of spring, which sounds great. You hate to say something's a sure thing until it's happened, but there's been a lot of activity on Capitol Hill, and it does look really good here. We're looking at $1.9 trillion, an extra $1,400 per individual based on income thresholds. Those possibly could be reduced to $40,000 for individuals, and couples $80,000. And something new, a nuance here, is caps going with those. It was with every $100 over those income amounts, you would lose $5 of that stimulus. Well, now they're looking at actually capping the individual at $50,000 and the couple at $100,000. So that is a little smaller area of income to work with there. Sometimes what slows things down is when the extras that are being considered to be passed with these bills. And the additional increase in minimum wage is a perfect example of that. It's been at $7, 7.25 for since 2009, and now they're considering increasing that to $15 an hour. But this would be gradually over time. So by 2025, we would be at that $15 mark. So as you can imagine, there's some political jockeying back and forth as they make some of those decisions.
All right, but again, before the first day of spring is what we're hearing. Okay. Kevin, this person says, if I already filed and got the EIC, the Earned Income Credit, but last year was more than this year, how can I fix that?
Well, certainly a valid question. And one of the things the IRS is doing is part of this year for 2020 return is allowing people that typically get the Earned Income Credit to either take, which will serve them better, either their 2019 adjusted gross income and factor in the credit, or 2020. It sounds like, obviously, like a lot of people, their 2020 income was down over 2019. So if they have already e-filed and it's gone through, then it's possible they could do an amended return and bring the 2019 adjusted gross income back into the calculation, and hopefully they can get a better Earned Income Credit that way.
Do you wait for the IRS to process your return and then amend it, or do you go ahead and start amending it now?
Well, a good question. I think you could amend it, but basically that return has got to get in the system with the IRS, and really, technically, I think would have to go through unless some way there was a way of stopping the file from being e-filed or whatever. But more likely that it would go through the system and the channels, and then they would come through and do an amended return to pick up the 2019 adjusted gross income if it benefits them better. But it is a look back provision for 2020 that they can take the higher of the two that would give them a better earned income credit benefit.
Okay. Hey, Scott, I don't know if you know the answer to this question yet, because not all the facts and figures are hashed out, but this person is asking, if I owe child support, will I get that third stimulus check?
Well, yeah, we can take a look at the what's happened with the first and second one, but it's going to be hard to say exactly what's going to happen with the third one because it hasn't come out yet. But what I can say real quick here, with the first one, if you owed back taxes, you received the stimulus as long as you met other qualifications. However, if you owed back child support, you
get our second stimulus check. How do we claim that money? We're going to answer that when we come back.